Hey everyone, I wanted to come and talk about our smudging kits. So what's included in them, and most importantly, what everyone wants to know is why to use them and how best to use them. So we've got the 4 elements that come in the smudging kit. You've got your sage smudge, your Palo Santo Hollywood, Selenite Crystal wand, and then your Abalone Shell. So the whole point behind doing any type of smudging is to release energy. So to move on any energy that's no longer serving you, energy that has become stuck and stagnant in the air, or in your any type of space that you inhabit, basically. So you can use it in your home. That's one of the most popular ways to use it, in a lot of healing spaces or spaces where there are a lot of people that come through and where their energy can dispel. So in places like yoga and dance studios, gyms, meditation centers, massage, beauty salons, any place where there's a lot of people coming in, and that they tend to leave off negative energy because they're releasing, and that just gets absorbed into the space around you and can become stuck and stagnant. So you want to release off that negative energy to make way for the good vibes to come through. So it's just about shedding what no longer serves to make way for what does. So we will crack into the sage first. So the sage is steeped in tradition in Native American practices. So it works to cleanse and purify the air, as well as to clear out any negative or stagnant energy that can become stuck. It's said, sage is said to correlate more with the mind. So if you're constantly ruminating in your mind, it can help just to clear out that fog and those ruminating thoughts that will go on and on, round and round, as we know. But they can also, the sage smudges can also help to eliminate over 90% of bacteria in the air. So it's great for this time, and there's a lot of germs floating around. But it's also good for allergy sufferers as well. So once the dust settles, it can help to just alleviate bacteria and allergies. So that is the background on the sage. The Palo Santo is very similar in the way that it works to clear out negative energy, but it also helps to bring in the good vibes as well. Sage will help to just transmute it, whereas the Palo Santo will clear it while bringing in the good vibes too. But it's also, they've got very distinct different smells. So the sage is kind of like, a lot of people think that if they burn the sage, the cops might be called because it smells a little bit like marijuana, but it's just that those leafy, dried out leafy smells. Whereas and it's a bit stronger, whereas a lot of people who are not such a fan of the sage will really love the Palo Santo because it's just got that earthier, more subtle, woody aroma to it, so it's not so overpowering. But I love the sage. You get used to it after a while and then you crave it. So the Palo Santo, the background on that is from South America. Mine comes from some beautiful farmers in Ecuador. So it's got a big history with the native people of South America using in their healing and ceremonial purposes. And so yeah, it correlates beautifully with the heart. So it correlates with the heart to help you open up and release any energy around heavy hearts and stagnant energy in that way, to open you up a bit more around there. So both of these get lit. So I'll do another video showing you exactly how to smudge, but you basically just light the ends until they're smouldering, and then you walk around your home with the Abalone Shell, which represents the water element to your whole smudging. So then you've got earth, wind, fire, water. You don't have to use an Abalone Shell. It's a really pretty tool to use, and it brings in that energy of the water. But you can just use a heat-proof bowl as well, any type of heat-proof bowl, to catch any of the ash and embers that may fall. And the same with the Palo Santo, so you just light that and you waft it around your space, around your home. Make sure your doors and windows are open so that the negative energy can dissipate and get rid of it. think that. Then we move on to, so the Abalone Shell represents the water element, so you use that under your smudging. I think that's enough said on that one. And then your Selenite Crystal. So Selenite's a beautiful, one of my favourite crystals for her cleansing and protective properties. So I have this on all of our windowsills at home. So once you've done your smudging, you don't want that negative energy to be able to come back in and penetrate your space. So you just sort of almost imagine setting up a perimeter around your space with the selenite to block that negative energy re-entering. It's also a beautiful crystal to use, or as a smudging tool as such, in the way that if you don't like any smoke, or if you're in an environment where you're not really supposed to be lighting things and smoking and having scents around, you can use the selenite wand like you do the smudges to purify and cleanse your aura and space just by wafting it over you. And she does a beautiful job of setting up a barrier to protect your energy from taking on other people's. Yeah, I think that's it. Each of the kits that we have, they're $30 for all 4 elements. You can use these, so you would only use, depending on the size of your home, you'll probably only use that much per deep smudge of your home. And then just have, I don't have it here, but just a mason jar or any type of heat-proof container just with some sand in it, and you just stump it out, extinguish it in there, and it's good to go for the next time. Just next time you want to use it, just shake it off, light it, and you're good to go. So you should get half a dozen uses out of your sage. Sometimes I like to take it apart if you're just doing a smaller area, or you just want to waft it over your aura if you're doing any type of meditation or just some full moon, new moon work, or you're just feeling a bit shit and you just want to clear out your vibe. Just break off a few branches or untie the string, take it apart, pull the branches apart, and then you just have it in there like one leaf at a time and waft it over yourself. And so that's the 4 elements that come with it. And then you don't need to try and remember any of this. Each kit comes with full instructions of everything on how to use each element and why you want to use it, and pretty much exactly what I have probably not so succinctly said in here. But if you do have any other questions, just please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. It's super simple. You cannot do, as long as you've got your windows open, you really can't go wrong with smudging. Just do what feels right for you in that moment, whether you want to do a whole room or just yourself or just your car. Just go with it. You'll know innately within you how to do it and how to get it done. But yeah, happy smudging.